Hello, once again, this is Antonio, and I'm coming at you with another exciting video. Now, in this video, Dad's wages were garnished. He received a settlement of $75,000, and his wages were garnished. And he's also is threatened to be held in contempt. So let's see if Dad is going to be forced to go to jail, or if the judge allows him to get some wiggle room. Also, thank you for all my new subscribers. We're on the road to 6,000. Don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel as we drop heat. On this channel, we're going to keep dropping videos all the time. So hit that notification button, because when you hit that notification button, you know when we drop new videos on the channel. So nevertheless, let's dive into the video.
Lawsuit settlement come in. I was supposed to be for $75,000. I received $4,000 of my lawsuit settlement, and that's all I received out of my settlement. So I'm guessing the rest of my stuff went to child support.
We have repeatedly requested medical documentation speaking to his ability to work, and Mr. Karras has failed to provide that.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
So you received a settlement from a lawsuit?
Yes.
Mr. Karras is before the court today for a bench warrant hearing on two dockets, docket 2012 and docket 2019. Mr. Karras failed to appear on May 31st of 2023 for an adjourned show cause hearing before your honor. On the 2012 case, he has a monthly obligation of $267.50. His last payment was October 6th of 21. And that was $68.04 through an income withholding with unemployment. This is the fourth bench warrant. He's had 4 prior contempt findings. His total shortfall today on the 2012 case is $5,350. Total arrears through the end of January, $18,799.50. On the 2019 case, Mr. Karras has a guideline. It's arrears only, monthly obligation. Actually, his arrears are just $447.97. But what he was paying at the last time with the current support, the guideline amount would be $405.97. His last payment was September 1st of 21. That was $25. This is the third warrant. He has had 0 prior contempt findings on the 19 case. Again, his arrears are $447.97 through the end of January. Friend of the court would just like the court to be aware that we have repeatedly requested medical documentation speaking to his ability to work, and Mr. Karras has failed to provide that.
Ms. Brown, are you aware of any large settlement payments going towards Mr. Karras's child support arrears?
No, not at all.
I have no further questions for Ms. Brown.
Okay. Any proofs, Mr. Sackrader?
Yeah, I'd call Mr. Karras. You heard the testimony of Ms. Brown. Was there anything that you disagreed with?
On the amount owed, because I just got something from the 37th District Court of Calhoun County Justice Center saying that on my daughter's case, me versus Janet Shepard, total due is only $700, and then case 2015 DP Green versus Karras says I only owe a total of $471 and past a total between the two is only $1,171 and past arrears owed.
All right. For the 2012 case with Janet Shepard, does it show that a large payment was made?
No, all it shows me is I got a balance due of $700 now.
Okay. And are you aware of a payment being made?
I had a lawsuit settlement come in. I was supposed to be for $75,000. I received $4,000 of my lawsuit settlement, and that's all I received out of my settlement. So I'm guessing the rest of my stuff went to child support, because I just got this paper 2 days after I got the check saying that I only owed $700 left. Between my son and my daughter, I only owe $1,171 in past arrears.
All right. What's the date of that? What's the date of that correspondence from the 37th Circuit Court?
It's this paper right here. It does not have it. It does not give me a date on. Oh, 2/9 of 2024.
Okay. And does it say who it's from?
It says right at the top, the letter heading is the same as the top of all my other stuff I get from FC. It says 37th Judicial District Court, Calhoun County Justice Center, 61 East Michigan Ave, Battle Creek, Michigan. And then it gives 49014 and then the phone number, and that's it.
Okay. So you received a settlement from a lawsuit?
Yes.
Do you recall when you received that?
I posted my bond the 3rd. I got home and received my check 2 days later, and then received this in the mail 2 days later after that.
And it's your testimony that that settlement was garnished to pay for your child support?
That's the only thing it could have been garnished for.
All right, so you show a balance of approximately $1,000 in both cases.
$1,171 between the two child support cases.
On the 2019 case with Monica Green, how many children do you have with her?
I now have 2 children with her. The son that's
Okay.
in the thing, and then I have another son with her.
All right, and do you live with her?
We've been living together since before we were married. Since my son's been 9.5 months old, we've lived together.
Okay, and when did you get married to Miss Green?
I got married to her. It was March 8th, 2020.
Okay, and you're still married to her today?
Yes, I am.
And she lives with you?
Yes, she does.
And you have 2 children together now?
Yes, we do.
And they live with you also?
Yes, they do.
Have you taken steps to all motion to have this support obligation terminated?
We've tried that. We've tried to do it with Miss Brown. We get nowhere with it. We brought in all the paperwork saying we're married and everything, how long we've been married for and everything else. All that's been turned into the courts. I'm not even on my son's birth certificate like I'm supposed to be done as of now already, because the courts haven't done their job yet and filed the paperwork like they were supposed to. I went to go get my son's birth certificate. I was like, I'm not on his birth certificate. Why am I not on it? They're like, well, you gotta go through FOC. You gotta sign I signed a paternity of affidavit saying that I was his father, that there was no one else could be his father. I've not even been put on his birth certificate.
Okay.
And we were told by the county clerk that is FOC's job to get the birth certificate changed. It is not my job.
On the 2012 case with Janet Shepard, how many children do you have with her?
1. She's the only child. Caitlin is the only child I have with her.
All right, and where does Caitlin live?
Oklahoma. With
And
her
who does-
brother. With her
their
brother.
brothers?
Yes.
All right, so your child, Caitlin, does not live with Janet Shepard?
No, she does not. She hasn't for the past 2 years. And FOC has been notified of this.
You told FOC of this?
I told Miss Brown it herself. I also notified Miss Brown of all the CPS cases that were being opened against my daughter's mom for fighting in front of her husband, or fighting in front of my daughter with her boyfriends. I had CPS call me multiple times on it, and I called FOC about this. Nothing was ever done. No one got back to me about nothing.
Who does your child with Janet live with?
She lives with her brother Tyler Shepard,
And where do they live?
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He's in the He's in the military. They live on a military base.
Are you currently working?
No, I am not. I'm in the process of filing for disability.
What is your disability?
Limited use of my left side. Most days I can't even hardly walk anymore because of a car accident.
When was the car accident?
March 12th of 2022.
All right, and is that what the settlement was from?
Yes, sir, it is. It's one of 4 that is going to happen.
Ms. Brown testified that you've repeatedly failed to provide the court with medical documentation of your disability. Do you disagree with that?
Yes, my lawyers have tried to contact FOC.
Who's your lawyer?
Benjamin Jeremiah.
Is that for the
It is for my lawsuit settlement. Yes.
She testified you posted a bond. When was that?
Just before I was in front of Kirkham there. It was on I think it was like the 3rd that the bond was posted.
And what case was that for?
It was I paid a $400 bond for Janet for the case of Janet Shepard versus me, the 2635DS, and I paid a $100 bond on the 2015 DP Green versus Karras.
And are you willing to put those towards the arrears, or they already have them? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if the courts have already applied them or not.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to tell the court?
I mean, I'd like to get my license back since, I've paid down my child support because they took my license from me. I'm not going to be able to get to any of my appointments that I have to have for me to do my, because I know I'm going to have to see some doctors when I go through for my disability.
Okay.
And without a license, I'm not going to be able to get to my appointments.
All right. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Well, it sounds like we have some obviously issues here as to whether there was a settlement, whether there was a payment on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this matter to April 17, 2024 at 8 8:00 a.m. and we'll take it up. That'll give us time to look into whether there was a settlement that came in and again eliminated that particular arrearage and just what it is, and allow Mr. Karras to file for his disability, and we'll see how that is at that particular time. So, Mr. Karras, you'll have to be back on the April 17, 2024 date. And if you do have that medical documentation that you've stated, provide that to Ms. Brown so we can have that in the file before that hearing. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. On April 17th, could we set the time at 8:45 a.m.?
Yeah, 8:45 a.m. is fine.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Brown.
You're welcome.
It's real early in the morning. I stay up all night so I don't miss court no more. So
You're free to go, sir.
Have you been applying for jobs?
if I can't walk, how am I supposed to do a job?
Easy to promote a video. Click promote a video and paste your YouTube video with 632 views. Click it and click on the word share.
Mr. Karras is before the court on two matters, docket 2012-2635-DS and docket 2019-2015-DS. On the 2019 case, the parties are married, and the total arrears owed on that case is $347.97. The 2012 case, Mr. Karras has a monthly obligation of $267.50. His last payment was October 6th of 2021. That was $68.04 through an income withholding with unemployment. He's had 4 prior contempt findings. For 2 months of compliance, Mr. Karras should have paid $535. He's paid nothing. Total arrears on the 2012 case is $18,765.50. Friend of the court would like the court to be aware that the hearing today is actually a compliance hearing. He was before your honor on February 24th. At that time, you adjourned the matters to monitor Mr. Karras's Social Security claim.
Okay, hold on. Oh, there it is. I get my notes from that other hearing. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Since that hearing, friend of the court has not been able to confirm that Mr. Karras has even applied for benefits. He has also failed to submit medical documentation to our office repeatedly. So here we are today.
Mr. Karras, you heard the testimony of Ms. Brown. Is there anything that you disagree with?
I got paperwork in the mail from the court saying that I only owed a total of $770 on Caitlin. And it was like $441 at the time on my case with Elijah.
Okay. And who are those papers from?
The courts there in Battle Creek.
Okay. And what do you take those papers to mean?
That's all I owe. It says in total I owed what was the total of those 2 amounts, and that was it. It didn't say nothing about 18,000 or nothing else. That's all it said I owed.
Ms. Brown testified that this was adjourned for you to provide medical records. Did you hear that testimony?
Yes, I did.
Did you provide medical records to Ms. Brown?
I didn't even have a doctor at the time. I just now got insurance on the 1st of the month, so I could go and get scheduled with a doctor. They're scheduling way out months and months now, and I've got one set up for the 1st of the month.
Okay. What is your disability or injury?
I have shoulder injury, neck injury, and back injury.
All right. Are those preventing you from working?
Half the time I can't even walk. My left leg goes numb, it gives out on me, and then I'm for a day or two I can't feel nothing below the waist.
All right. When was the last time you were employed?
Right before the car accident.
When was that?
2002. I mean, no, 2022. Sorry. Duh. Sorry.
All right. You filed for disability?
Yes, I have.
When?
Like 3 weeks ago, I think it is.
All right. Do you have a lawyer helping you with that?
Not at the time. I don't.
All right. How have you been supporting yourself?
I haven't been. I haven't been able to do anything. I'm stuck. No way to get around, no way to do nothing right now.
Do you have an income?
No, I do not.
Have you been applying for jobs?
If I can't walk, how am I supposed to do a job?
All right. Where have you been living?
With a friend of mine?
You a veteran?
Yes.
You applied for any VA benefits?
Yes, I have. And they, for some reason up here in Michigan, they cannot find my file. But if I go down to Virginia and get my file, they find it.
All right. So you are eligible for benefits?
Last I knew I was.
All right. You post a bond at this matter?
Yes, I posted a $400 bond for the Janet Shepard case. And then I posted a $100 bond for the Monica Karras case.
It was your testimony that your daughter Caitlin does not live in the state of Michigan. Is that correct?
Yes, she doesn't even live in the state of Michigan.
So she does not. Does she stay with Janet Shepard?
No, she does not. She lives with her brother on a military base down there.
Okay. Are you willing to file a motion to have that support modified?
Yes.
All right. Anything else you would like to tell the court?
I'm trying to do everything you guys want me to. I'm sorry it takes so long for the medical out for them to get up here where I'm at. But I am trying to follow with what you guys want me to do to show you the proofs and everything.
All right. Thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Karras, from the last hearing, I have my notes, and when you were asked at that time as to why you were disabled, you said you had an injury to your left thigh. You did not mention your shoulder, neck, or back at that time. Why is that?
It's my whole lower section, my hip, all across my lower back. It's the whole lower section, my hips and everything.
Did you simply forget to mention your shoulder, neck, and back the last time?
Yeah, actually, I did, Your Honor.
How have you supported yourself if you haven't worked since 2022?
I had a lawsuit. That's where I thought I thought all my child support. I got the paperwork from you guys saying that I only owed so much because it got taken care of from my lawsuit. That's what I thought. That's what I was told. Is anything from child support would come out before I got my money.
Okay, it might tell you that it would come out, but it didn't say that they collected anything at this point. Is your lawsuit been resolved?
Not if you guys haven't got your portion, because I didn't even receive nowhere near the amount they said I was going to. And I tried to call this law firm, and now they won't answer the phone at all.
Brown, you didn't mention any lump sum from any action. I would assume you haven't gotten anything.
Nothing, Your Honor. We haven't even sent out a lien to an attorney. I've never been provided any of that information about a lawsuit. We haven't received a lump sum payment. There hasn't been a lien established. It's been we're approaching 3 years that I've been requesting medical documentation from Mr. Karras, and he's never submitted it. So there's a pattern of him stating that he has injuries, but there's never been any verification of any of that to our office.
Mr. Karras, in the 3 years, why haven't you provided that medical?
I did send in some documents of some work of my doctor signing me off work saying I was not able to work. And the court, and then I got told that those weren't good enough. And they were directly from my doctor.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like me to be aware of, sir?
Not that I know of, not that I can think of.
What's your education background, sir?
I have my GED and then military training. I also have vocational school, an electrician's vocational school.
Your Honor, may I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I overlooked this initially. So there is a cost recovery request from the sheriff in the amount of $74.38 associated with the bench warrant back in February when Mr. Karras was before the court. So
Okay.
we'd like to address that today.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Sackrider?
No, nothing further.
Okay. Court will make the following finding in this case. Mr. Karras has appeared. He did appear previously before the court back in February. The court adjourned the matter to today's date to give him an opportunity to do a number of things that he could do. He stated that he was pursuing some disability. We haven't received any information about that. We haven't received any information concerning his medical situation. He claims he was injured back in an accident back in March of 2022, so it's now 2 years post. We haven't received any information about that. He said he submitted some medical information, but it was not sufficient in this particular case. That's not unusual where doctors will submit something, but it doesn't delineate what their disability is or the time off or what their limitations are. And he was informed of that, but he hasn't followed up and gotten anything. In fact, he said up until just recently, he didn't even have a doctor and he didn't have insurance that he did. Now he set up something for the first of the month. He also noted that back in February, when the court asked him as to his disability, it was with his left thigh. Now he's stating that his injuries are to his shoulder, neck, and back. That he does have GED. He has also electrician vocational training in this matter, but he simply hasn't worked since 2022. And he's well aware of the support obligation in this matter. Court will find that he's not made a good faith attempt at compliance. He's failed or refused to comply, and therefore he's in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sackrider?
Your Honor, you heard testimony from my client. He is a veteran. He's been struggling essentially with homelessness. He's staying at a friend's. My client, I do believe, is eligible for benefits. However, he doesn't have the means or the wherewithal to obtain them. We would ask that if the court does impose a jail sentence, the court set a purge amount in the amount of $100, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Court does note that he had 4 prior contempts findings on the one case, and the other he had 0 prior contempt findings. Court is first going to order that you reimburse the sheriff transportation costs of $74.38. The court would forfeit the bonds previously posted in this matter. The court is going to sentence Mr. Karras to 45 days in jail with credit for no days served. The court would order that he report to the sheriff no later than 4:00 p.m. on April 26, 2024. Sir, if you don't report at that time, you could be sentenced to a greater period of time and serve, in fact, more than the 45 days. The court would allow him to purge himself of contempt by paying the sum of $500. So if you're able to pay the $500 before the April 26th date, then you would not have to serve the time in jail. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay.
Your Honor, I do have a question. So the $500 purge is on the 2012 case, on the case where he is married to the respondent and the arrears are just over $300.
I'm putting zero purge on that.
Okay, just to be sure. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So Dad got to figure out what he want to do because the judge is not afraid to send him to jail. So I really wish that he understand the circumstances that he's under, because his lack of truth and his lack of ambition is going to get him someplace that nobody wants to be. But nevertheless, this is Antonio with Team Tiggio. Please like, comment, subscribe as we'll be coming to you more videos in the future. And once again, we will see you in the next